Oh, say you're glad to see me.
Well, of course I'm glad to see you, but what are you doing here?
I dropped out of college. Hey, you're Terry, right?
Yeah.
And you're Mike?
Yeah.
Hi, it's really good to meet you. I've heard so much about you. I'm Kim Owens, his sister.
Oh, yeah. Good to know you.
From what he told us, I thought you were baby sister.
He would. I'm nearly 19.
You're also a few hundred miles due south of Spokane? Now, what's with this dropout business?
I have found something a zillion times better than college. That's one of the reasons I'm here. I really wanted to tell you about it, but last night I was going to arrive early and my fuel pump conked out, so I just got in the backseat of the car and copped some Z's. I know you don't like being woken up. It's thoughtful, huh?
Very. Now, suppose you tell me what's a zillion times better than college.
The convent I'm entering.
The what you're entering?
Convent. Like a nun. Sisterhood.
What is it, some kind of a joke?
No.
How can you be a nun when you're not even Catholic?
I am Catholic.
Since when?
Since I just completed 2 years of special instruction.
Chris? We're gonna be late for work, man.
Kim, I hate doing this, believe me, but, especially what you just laid on me, but I've got to go.
Hey, listen, it's no problem. I've got to go see the convent and meet the Mother Superior. But you know what I'd love to do is take a shower and get all this dirty city smog off me. Okay?
Look, why don't you guys run along and, I'll introduce Smoggy here to my, shower.
Good to meet you.
See you, Smoggy.
Okay.
Good to meet you, Kim.
Good day.
Did you see the look in Chris's face when Kim broke him the news?
I thought he'd have a coronary.
He'll have worse than that if he's late for roll call. Late means being chomped on by a big bad wolf.
Wrong, Officer Webster. If Owens is late, he will be chomped on by my temporary replacement.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lieutenant. I didn't know you were in the vicinity.
Oh, I'm sure of that. Now, ordinarily, I would take umbrage at being called a big bad wolf, but today I'm in a good mood.
Well, that's right. You're going to that seminar in Denver.
Yes, and I will be accompanied by some deserving young officer.
I thought Officer Skinner was going with you.
Officer Skinner happens to be sick with the flu, and he will be unable to attend, so I need a voluntary replacement.
Oh, well, sir, I would just love to attend. I mean, practically living with you and a couple hundred other officers for a week would be terrific, but I just...
Then that does it, Webster. Here's your ticket. Pack your bag. Meet me at the airport in 2 hours at gate 9. You and Owens will be partnered during our absence.
Lieutenant, this seminar, you don't understand.
I understand perfectly, Webster. You are so touched by this extreme honor, you are unable to express your gratitude. Terrific. Gate 9.
This is not good.
Now that Eddie Riker is gone, I think I have fairly big shoes to fill. You know, this reminds me of being in school. Remember the time when our regular teacher would get sick once in a while? Will the officer that just entered stand up, please? What's your name?
Owens, sir.
Owens, sir. Strange name.
Officer Christopher Owens.
Oh, Officer Christopher Owens. Let me ask you a question, Officer Christopher Owens. Do you make it a point of being late for roll call?
No, sir.
Have you been late before?
Yes, sir, but
Do you know that punctuality is an attitude? Punctuality is pride in your profession. And in police work, punctuality is doubly important because we are dealing in human lives. And
Sir,
being late can and has resulted in death.
Sir, I do have an excuse.
There are no excuses, Owens. Only alibis.
Nervous about joining the order, Kim?
Oh, not at all. I'm looking forward to it, Mother.
Good. I trust you've given the taking of vows a great deal of thought.
Sure. I mean, yes, Mother, I have. A friend of mine, Sister Mary Louise, told me to think of them like this. That chastity is the greatest love, poverty is the greatest wealth, and obedience is the greatest freedom.
Very good.
Well, here we are. It's been wonderful meeting you.
Thank you. I've enjoyed our talk. Look forward to seeing you next Monday.
Thank you.
You do have a place to stay meantime.
Oh, yes, I'm staying with my brother.
Good.
That is, if this thing can make it that far. Ah.
How much for a set of meals like this?
You'd have to ask my father.
How am I supposed to do that? I'm hearing your old man's in Rome.
Paris.
Rome, Paris, what's the difference?
You wouldn't know if I told you.
Don't put me down, rich boy. I really don't like it. You follow me? Hey, good-looking chick. Pull over.
Hey, come on,
I
Russ.
said pull over, now do it.
Thanks for stopping. I was just tooling along when my motor zonked out and...
I'll take a look for you, miss.
I really hope it's not the fuel pump. I just had a new one put in.
Oh, wow. They sold you a rebuilt fuel pump. Everything's all messed up here. Yeah, crooks like that, they ought to be strung up. Always taking advantage of helpless women. Come on, my friend and I will give you a lift.
Where to?
Place I'm staying at down the road. You'll be able to call a mechanic from there.
I don't know.
Hey, I'm a harmless gift horse. Don't look me in the mouth. You can't stay out here by yourself. Come on.
Okay. Wow, what a pad.
Hey, go on in. I'll be there in a minute.
Where's the phone?
It's over there on the desk.
Thank you.
Hey, I want you to go take a walk.
Are you crazy? I live here.
Hey, you don't listen good, rich boy. Now, you better shape up or I'll ship you out. And you know where out is. Now, give me the car keys and go take a walk on the beach. Hey, make it a nice long one.
Sure, a lot of mechanics in this town.
Later for that, baby.
Russ, I'm really not that kind of a girl.
I'm joining the Sisterhood sort of figures.
How's that figure? Your family's not even Catholic.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the way she's always helping people. She's always been like that.
Owens. Oh, well, I'll see you later.
Yes, sir.
Something's happened to your sister.
But Kim?
What?
Wait. Thanks.
What's wrong with her? She's nearly in a total state of shock. She came in, she asked for some cigarettes and a sewing kit. And then she clammed up. That doesn't make any sense. Kim doesn't even smoke. Lieutenant, what happened to my sister? Grant and Withers brought her in. It's a 261. 261? That's rape.
Sit down.
Yeah, we're lucky. She became lucid for a while and gave us a description of the suspect. He's a male Caucasian, 5'11", 170 pounds, about 28 years. First name's Russ. He's got a buddy, first name Ted, also a male Caucasian, about 5'11", 6 foot, 150. Same age. Drives a late model Lincoln Continental sedan, black. No, Ted wasn't involved in the rape. Yeah, it's a large, expensive house in the Point Cruz Bluff area. Right. Oh, she was just dropped off at the bait shop with orders to keep her mouth shut or else. Yeah. Okay. Be in touch.
Physically, Kim is as well as can be expected.
Emotionally?
Well, Chris, this kind of experience is traumatic for any woman. Problem is, Kim isn't just any woman. She's an extremely sensitive, deeply spiritual young woman whose body and her mind have both been ravaged.
What about pregnancy?
That's been taken care of. Kim knows it. Church doctrine permits it in cases like these.
Can I see her?
Sure. Chris, I'll be off duty in a few minutes. I'll take her home if you want me to.
Kim, I'm really sorry. Jill's gonna take you home. And I'll be home as soon as I check out the precinct. Okay?
Chastity is the greatest love. Chastity is the greatest love.
Hey, this is all right. Really choice. You didn't tell me your cousin was my size. How long did you say he was going to be out of town?
10 days.
Good. By that time, the heat ought to be off when we get back to the beach house.
If you left that girl alone in the first place, the heat never would have been on, would it?
You know something, Teddy boy? You got a big mouth. Especially for a punk that could be put in a slam with one phone call.
I asked you to name a price. How much to get you out of my life and keep you out.
I'm beginning to think you don't like me.
I hate your guts.
It ain't my fault that you plowed into that car and killed that driver. You should have stuck around and reported it to the police.
Well, now, I couldn't very well have done that, could I?
I guess not. You were really boozed up. You were also lucky that I was the only witness. You know, driving under the influence is a heavy rap. Especially when the cat that gets killed is a Superior Court judge.
Russ, what do you want from me?
For now, just what I got.
Hi, Chris. Sorry to hear about your sister.
The suspect, has he been picked up yet?
Negative. We found the house without much problem. Nobody home. Belongs to David Ayers.
Big in oil, loaded with money. He and his wife are in Europe, have been for 3 weeks. A neighbor claims their son, Ted, was at the house with a friend that matches the suspect's description.
Any idea where they may have gone?
According to the neighbor, Europe. Young Ayers told her they were joining his parents. I've got an overseas call into Ayers Sr. now, and Landers is out checking the airlines.
It's weird. You'd think if they were going to Europe, they wouldn't broadcast the fact.
I'm hip, Danko, but you gotta take your leads as they come. Maybe they told us Europe to throw us off and cut out for Mexico or Hawaii.
It's also possible they never left town. Sir, Point Cruz is on our patrol area. Any objections if we nose around out there tomorrow?
Fine with me, as long as you don't step on Landers' toes. And Lieutenant Baxter doesn't object.
I strenuously object. In no way will I allow my patrolmen to play detectives.
What's the harm?
The harm? The answer should be obvious. Listen, I'm very sorry what happened to your sister. But I'm not about to issue a hunting license to someone who's as personally involved as you are.
Sir, I'm not looking for revenge.
Now, what happens when you meet the man you may think attacked your sister? As far as I'm concerned, this subject is dismissed.
Well, suppose we just happen to stumble onto something.
Well, in that event, whatever you stumble onto, you report to Lieutenant Quinlan. Dismissed.
Kim, come on. Kim, wake up. Wake up. Come on, it's okay. It's Chris. Come on, you're having a nightmare. Everything's all right. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Oh, yeah. That nightmare was horrible. I dreamed about him, that man.
How about some hot chocolate, huh? It'll help you go back to sleep.
No, I'm afraid to go back to sleep. Chris, would you hold me?
Oh. You know, maybe if you talked it out, told me what you were feeling, I could help. You know, I even thought about calling Mom and Dad. You know, I've never felt so helpless in my whole life. I mean, I'm your brother, your older brother, and I love you. But I don't know what to say or do to help.
Chris, why did he let this happen?
Who?
God. I was taught that he loved me.
Oh, but baby, I'm sure he does. He does.
He can't. Why would God let anything so terrible happen to somebody he loved?
I'm not qualified to answer that.
Neither am I. You know, Chris, if I'm not qualified to answer one of life's most basic questions, how can I become a sister? I mean, how can I even begin to answer other people's questions?
Kim, there is an answer. Maybe if you prayed for it. Maybe these will help. Drop them.
I didn't drop them.
Hey, Kim. You can still enter the convent. Nothing has changed because of what happened today.
It has. Everything's changed.
Like what?
Like me. I'm expected to take a vow of chastity.
Chastity in the future. Not the past.
But I can't take it for the past or the present or the future. Christopher, I'm not clean. I am filthy, rotten, dirty.
Baby, you're not. You're not dirty. And you're not dirty in the eyes of the church either.
Maybe you just don't understand. But I do. I'm not worthy to take that one bow. I can't. That's the way I feel, and that's the way it is.
$640. It's in there.
What's this for?
It's for the privilege of never seeing you again. It's all I can lay my hands on right now. But I'll send you more when my parents get back from Europe.
No deal, rich boy. I'm saving you for bigger and better things. You try that again and you'll end up as guest of honor in a funeral.
Hey, Russ, I can't handle this blackmail thing. What do you want from me?
Money. Enough to make me forget I saw you kill that judge.
I told you, my only source of income is an allowance.
What about that fancy set of wheels outside? That must be worth a couple grand.
You'd settle for my car?
Maybe. You got the pink slip?
Yeah, it's at the beach house, in the oak desk in the living room. I can be back in half hour.
No good. Cops might still be nosing around down there. I'll go myself. Give me the keys.
Well, you're the one the cops are after.
Yeah. But you're the one that would sing like a canary if you got picked up. Now give me those keys.
I don't know. Cops will nail you for sure, won't they?
Not if I stash the car in one of those coves and then sneak up from the beach. Now you stay put.
I'm sorry, Mr. Higgins. There's just not much we can do about those nude sunbathers if we can't find them.
Well, wait. Just wait. They'll be back.
All right. You let us know when they do.
Okay. 20 years I've been selling real estate here. I never saw anything like it. Naked as jaybirds.
20 years right here in Point Cruz?
That's right.
You wouldn't happen to know a Ted Ayers who lives around here, would you?
Chris.
Do you, Mr. Higgins?
Yeah, I know Ted. One of your boys, Sergeant Landis, was in here asking about him. Ted in trouble again?
Well, we're just not sure.
What can you tell us about him?
Why don't you ask Ted himself?
I thought Ted left to join his parents in Europe.
Well, that's odd. I just saw his car go by here a while ago.
Which direction?
That way, toward his folks' house.
Do you know the address?
Well, I ought to. I sold him the house. 26800 Point Cruz Bluff.
Ludlow 7 to control. Patch me through to Lieutenant Quinlan.
Ludlow 7, roger on your request. Stand by.
That guy could have been wrong about the car.
Ludlow 7, negative on your request. Lieutenant Quinlan is investigating a field situation.
What about Sergeant Landers?
We show Landers, code 7.
Roger. Let's check that house, Mike.
I gotta say this. I don't think we should do it.
Look, Baxter said I was to report all these to Quinlan. I tried. The longer we wait on this thing, the less chance there is of nailing that rapist. Mikey's freaked out. He's a rapist.
I don't see any Lincoln. Looks like the old boy goofed.
Someone's in there, Mike. I'll take the rear.
Ludlow 7 to control. Requesting code 6 at 26800 Point Cruz Bluff. Over.
Roger, Ludlow 7.
Please, freeze! Your name, Russ?
Nah, it's Humphrey Bogart. Hey, don't tell me you guys are here about that chick.
You're under arrest for section 261 of the Penal Code. Rape. Now up against that wall and spread it.
Oh, wow. You guys gotta be kidding. Look, you wanna know what happened? I'll tell you. This chick, Kim somebody...
Face that wall.
This chick, Kim somebody, she was hitchhiking and I gave her a lift. I only use that to clean my nails.
Look, I gave her a lift, and, man, I wasn't more than 2 steps inside the door when she put the make on me like you wouldn't believe.
That's a lie.
Gospel truth, man. Look.
Face that wall.
After we did our numbers, she put the bite on me for some money, so I threw the bum right out.
That's a lie?
It's the truth, man. She said she'd get even by hollering rape. Wow. Hey, come on, will you, pal? I mean, what's all this fuss over some loud...
That girl is my sister.
As a deputy district attorney who's been involved with a lot of these cases, I'm telling you, it's a bad bust.
It's not a bad bust. I follow procedure to a T.
I believe you.
Is that why your boss won't prosecute?
Well, 1, rape's very hard to prove under current law. 2, Morgan's face looked like he'd been in a fight with Muhammad Ali. 3, his lawyer's already screaming police brutality. And 4, his lawyer just happens to be Emmett Kirby.
Where did Morgan get the price to hire an attorney like Kirby?
A well-heeled friend of his by the name of Ted Ayers.
Kirby might be one of the most respected lawyers in town, but that does not change what went down.
That's right. Morgan started that fight.
Did you see him start it, Danko?
No, not exactly, but
That's Kirby's case. Cop brother of alleged rape victim gets revenge.
You're twisting it.
Because that's what Kirby will do in court. Look, Owens, if my boss thought he had a chance, he'd prosecute. The truth is, Kirby would end up putting you on trial for assaulting his client.
So, Russ Morgan gets kicked loose.
You got it, kid. Sorry. I really am.
Danko, I'd like to talk to Owens privately.
Sure.
Owens, I don't like doing this, particularly in view of what's just happened, but I think in the long run, it's for your own good. Effective immediately, I'm setting you down for 10 working days.
I'm suspended? You don't actually believe that brutality business?
If I believed that, you'd be off the force.
Then why?
Disobedience. I specifically told you to report all findings to Lieutenant Quinlan.
I tried. To reach Quinlan and Landers.
Trying and doing are 2 different things.
I don't believe what's going down here. First the DA, now you. Since when did it become disobedient for a cop to arrest a suspect?
From the very moment I told you what to do and you decided to do it your way. All right? You're dismissed.
No, not until I have my say.
Damn it, you're dismissed, Owens!
You know, for as long as I can remember, I always wanted to be a cop. Being a cop to me meant doing some good. Now, you'd probably call me and my sister idealists, but we were raised to care about people, about trying to make the human condition just a little bit better. After what just happened, I feel confused. I feel ripped off. I mean, how do you tell the good guys from the bad guys? Well, what's that old saying? I've met the enemy and he's me. Now, the suspension doesn't matter. Idealism is the problem. It's gone out of style. I mean, I'm an idealist, and I feel like a dinosaur. Prehistoric and extinct at the age of 23. Weird, isn't it, Lieutenant?
The word omniscient is the key. Are you familiar with its meaning?
Yes, Mother. It means all-knowing.
God is omniscient. Human beings are not. Because we can't be all-knowing, it's impossible for us to understand everything that happens. That's where faith comes in. We must have abiding faith in a God who moves in mysterious ways. Faith in a God who does love us. Faith in a God who has a way of turning today's catastrophes into tomorrow's blessings. I also have faith in you, Kim. I know you will emerge from this horrible experience with greater strength, renewed consecration, and limitless faith.
I want to. I really want to. But there's just something else.
You feel hate for the man who attacked you.
And that hate's sinful. But I just can't seem to overcome it.
Perhaps you hate not him, but what he did. Kim, we're told to love our enemies, turn the other cheek. While it isn't always easy, it is very necessary. No one can function effectively when motivated by hatred.
That's for sure.
Then forgive him his trespasses.
Do you really think I can?
I'm sure of it. If you really want to, you can do it. By forgiving him, it's possible he will be helped as well.
Thank you. Thank you. I really feel that now I can get it back together.
Far out.
Did you have to quit?
There's a principle involved, Joe. You think I was wrong, don't you?
No. I think it was your choice.
What would you have done?
Probably would have stuck it out. Running from an imperfect system doesn't change it.
But working from within the system does change it.
The average man has more and more voice nowadays.
Not by the Lieutenant Baxters of the world. All they know are rules, regulations, and discipline.
Chris, the Bible tells us to forgive our enemies.
Fine. But first you have to know who the enemy is. And right now, I don't know if the enemy is Baxter or the system allowed Russ Morgan to go free or both.
No wonder Chris is confused.
I had to cut Morgan loose. The DA wouldn't prosecute.
Did you have to put Chris on suspension?
Yes.
Why?
Are you challenging my authority, Danko?
No, sir. Your motives, maybe. Look, perhaps Chris and I should have ignored Morgan yesterday, but I don't think so. Sir, I saw what he did to Kim. I couldn't help wondering who his next victim might be. Maybe my wife or yours or whoever. No, sir, if I had to do it again, I'd do it the same way, no change. We're paid to protect citizens, and that's precisely what we did.
Don't you understand that Owens disobeyed orders?
Excuse me, sir, misinterpreted. Now, if he's guilty, then so am I, because I was the senior officer.
No, Danko, because you're different. You're older, you're streetwise, and you're more disciplined.
Sir, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why? Why so hard line? Why can't the discipline have a little bend to it?
Because.
Because why? I want to know.
All right, 3 years ago, a rookie. Because he came from a long line of cops, the boy received special treatment from his superiors. They nursed him through the academy. They coddled him. They were so busy being nice to that boy that they neglected to teach him discipline. And that boy, after 9 days in the service, that poor, coddled, undisciplined boy turned his back on a suspect and was shot to death with his own revolver. And Owens reminds me of that boy.
You said that rookie came from a long line of cops. So did you.
That line ended 3 years ago.
It was your son.
I'm sorry. Listen, in our business, discipline translates into longevity. I suspended Owens because I wanted him to be a better cop, a more responsible cop, a live cop.
You want me to try to find him, sir?
It's not crazy to me. Mother Superior told me to forgive him, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Russ Morgan is psychotic. Now, I understand what you want to do, but...
It's not that I want to. I have to. Don't you see that?
No, I don't see. In no way will I drive you out there.
Okay. Then take me back to the apartment.
Fine.
And I'll drive myself out there.
No, you won't.
Well, sooner or later, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, I get the message.
Oh, good.
Okay, I'll drive you out there. But we play by my rules.
Okay, my parents will be home tomorrow morning.
So?
So the joyride's over.
Hate to disappoint you, rich boy, but it's just beginning.
Now look, we made a deal. Now you got the pink slip, so hit the road.
I only agreed to that deal when the cops were after me. Now that I'm off the hook, I think I'll stick around for negotiations.
What do you mean, negotiations?
Between me and your old man. I want to see how much he's willing to shell out to keep his precious son out of the slam.
I'm warning you, Russ. You mentioned one word to my father about this.
And what?
And I'll kill you. I mean it! My father's got a bad heart. Now, if he found out about this...
What are you doing here?
Don't you hurt him.
Hurt him, I gotta kill him. And you too. Otherwise you'll finger me for wasting Teddy.
Oh, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace.
Come on, up off that floor.
Entry part.
No prayer in the world can save you from what I gotta do to you.
The prayers for the salvation of your soul.
Knock it off!
O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek forgiveness.
Blood flow 7 to control. Officer needs help.
I'm on you, my insurance.
Killed that person, didn't you?
You stick close to me, you hear? And nothing will happen to you.
Just set your gun down nice and easy. Start walking back to the house. Move it, man, otherwise this chick gets it.
You want revenge? Go ahead. Shoot.
Shoot, shoot!
Cops, Mike.
You two okay?
We are now.
Rusty killed Ted.
That's murder one, Morgan. The entire Bar Association can't get you off on this one. How'd you find us, Mike?
Jill told me you're on your way out here.
I thought I told you to stay in the truck.
Well, I guess I just forgot.
You better read him his rights.
I think you're forgetting something, Mike. I'm no longer a cop.
I wouldn't bet on that. If I were you, you'd lose. Read him his rights.
You have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of... You're sure about this now?
Totally.
Okay. I just had to ask. It's funny, you know?
What?
Oh, I was just thinking about when we were kids. Who'd ever think it would end up like this?
But this isn't the end, Chris. This is just the beginning. You know, I really love you very much.
Oh, I love you.
Be happy for me, okay?
I am. Suitcase?
Permission to enter. Bye, brother.
Goodbye, sister.